Hey, YouTube family and GN subs, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. It's wet here in Southern California. We actually have snow on the Hollywood Hills sign, believe it or not. It's crazy, but it's good to see some fresh air with the rain, get out all the smog. In any event, I have some good news updates for you. We're going to go over some recent changes with immigration, give you the updates, let you know what's happening. A lot to get to. You can get me at hrg@graylaw.com. That's the only place you can get me, folks. Feel free to leave a question in the comment section, but you have to be a GN sub for me to answer those questions because I get so many comments. All right, let's get at it. All right, a bit of good news for you asylum applicants. Generally, it's taking forever for the EAD, the work permit, to be issued. There is a new policy that they will expedite the work permit for asylum applicants. This is great news. It was taking over 2 to 3 years, in some cases 4 years, to get a work permit. There was litigation that shortened the time. But now what they have done is they have money, they have resources, and they're going to hire new staff to be able to adjudicate these work permits for the asylum seekers. So if you have an application, expect for it to be adjudicated, hopefully a lot faster. We don't know within 6 months, but that's the target time period. And what they've done is, if you notice on the website now, you can actually file your I-765. That's the application for work permit. You can file it online. So USCIS is actually going to train DMV on when EAD cards are filed. There's an automatic extension period, etc. They'll get them up to date, so DMV will be up to date on what they need to do to issue driver's licenses and IDs. All right, good news on Welcome Corp's green card. New way to get the green card. I was the first to let you know. I'm getting tons and tons of comments on Welcome Corp's green cards, refugees who are overseas, 2 phases. First phase, if you have already been designated as a refugee by the UNHCR, you're able to come to the U.S. if you have a U.S. sponsor. Second phase, if you qualify as a refugee, you're able to come. All right, here's the good news, folks. There are already 10,000 U.S. sponsors that are signed up. There's already 115,000 Ukrainians who have actually come to the U.S. on this program. Incredible that that's happened within 2 months. There are 215,000 applications that are pending. So this is actually happening. It is real. I have been getting so many questions in the comment section. Go to welcomecorps.org. That's where you can get the information. It's the most reliable website that has up-to-date information on what to do, how to do, when to do, and where to do, okay? All right, so go to that website if you're interested in getting information on Welcome Corps. All right, here's some real good news. Update information on the Biden administration on H-1B visas. H-1B is a visa for professionals. What's considered a professional? A professional is if you are in a specialty occupation that requires, at minimum, a university bachelor's degree. Sounds pretty simple, right? Well, under the Trump administration, the question was, what do you need to prove in terms of the occupation that it requires a degree? Well, the Trump administration took a very narrow view and said that the occupation had to always require a university degree, always. So what are those? For example, accountant requires a degree in accounting, right? Lawyer requires a Juris Doctorate degree, right? That's at minimum a bachelor's. It's more than a bachelor's, right? So they took the very narrow view that only certain occupations where degrees are always required. Well, Biden said, no, not so fast now. Biden administration now has clarified with information from USCIS on their website. I put a link in the description box below. Check it out. There's a footnote that says the requirement is whether or not a bachelor's degree is usually required. Very different. So normally, common, and usually, as in Webster's dictionary defines it. That just means usually. It doesn't mean always. So there are some occupations, for example, where It's a highly skilled position and it requires theoretical knowledge, but it doesn't actually require an actual degree. All right. Some computer financial positions, for example, right? You can have different types of degrees that might qualify you for that occupation, but it's the actual theoretical knowledge of computing, right, and business and finance, et cetera, that the employer looks for. So it broadens the definition. This is great news for H-1B occupation. Go to the link in the description box below. Check it out. All right, update on TPS, temporary protected status. I found a wonderful, wonderful overview of the TPS status, all the countries that qualify, how you qualify, commonly asked and answered questions. It's a really good overview of the TPS. Link in the description box here. Check it out. It's from one of our AILA organizations. Really cool stuff. Finally, the Biden administration is considering green cards for H-2 workers. What are H-2 workers? These are seasonal workers. Okay, I'll give you an example. I used to represent Mammoth Mountain Ski Resort, right? We used to get 150 ski instructors up during the winter. All right, temporary worker, etc. Biden thinks that these positions, and they are very, very important, right? They're very important to the U.S. economy. Temporary workers can't really find them in the U.S. You have to go through an advertisement process, et cetera. Well, guess what? Biden is considering making a path to getting green cards for these H-2 workers. This is fantastic news, folks. Hey, YouTube family and Gen Subs, thanks so much for watching GrayLaw TV. If you're new to the channel, click below, like and subscribe. Give me a question, right? Send me a question. You'll see. I'll answer them. I answer all of them. And we'll see you next time.